One of the many things I've had a difficult time dealing with because of Corona is the fact that there's constantly changes. Currently, I'm stuck in Denmark. This is where I'm from, this is where my parents live. I went home for Christmas, and then suddenly there was a new variant discovered, and a lot of travel was cut off between England and the rest of the world. Now, this is, of course, a situation that's kind of unique to me, but also the overall of constant changes and not being sure about what's happening is something I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Because it's not just my trip home that's in question, it's also what's happening with my degree.
Will I be able to produce the film that we planned? Who knows if it's even safe to film? Who knows when we're gonna have face-to-face teaching again? If we're gonna have face-to-face teaching? What's gonna happen with graduation? What's happening with the job market?
Basically, there's a lot of questions, and my brain is constantly trying to problem solve all of these problems that technically haven't happened yet, and also I have no way of finding solutions to because I don't know what the world is gonna look like. So I wanted to make this video to kind of first of all say that if you're struggling with all the uncertainty and changes, you're very much not alone. But also secondly, to tell you about one of the strategies that has been working for me in the hopes that maybe you can take some from it and it can give your brain a little bit of a breather. What I find really beneficial is to write it down. So the first thing I do is that I take out a journal and I just write down all of the issues and all the problems I'm trying to sort. Once I've got all the words down on paper, I sort them into 3 different categories. There is now, soon, and future. The next step is to kind of put words to the headlines. So for the future stuff, just try and leave that be. Trust that now that it's on paper in your journal, you won't forget it. You can always come back to it, but also try and recognize and accept that right now, there's nothing you can do about it. The soon stuff, you can start looking at and being like, okay, when is this going to impact me? What are the things that need to be in place before I can start to actually handle the thing? And then for the now, you start doing a problem solving brainstorm of okay, what is happening? What are my options? Pros and cons? Which actions do I need to take to solve this issue? So an example of this could be that in the future, I'm worried about the job market. Right now, we have no idea what the world is going to look like in August. Also, I have no idea who's hiring in August. There's just so many variables that I can't do anything about it. A soon issue would be getting back to Lincoln. In order for me to start doing anything about this, I need some more guidance from pretty much 3 different governments. And right now, I can't get answers for that. I know that currently when I'm making this, there is an announcement being made in about a week. So I would note that down and be like, okay, on this day after this announcement, I can look at it again and see if I've gotten enough information or if I need to wait for another date. A now issue would be the fact that I haven't started my dissertation. I've been so stressed and overwhelmed trying to solve all these things in the future that I kind of forgot that I actually have things I need to do now. And whilst my dissertation isn't due until May, I still need to do a lot of work beforehand. I could write my dissertation tutor and we could have a talk about where I'm at and what I need to do. I could make a plan and then I can sit down and actually start writing or research or whatever it is I figure out with my tutor. Now, a really important thing with this, and it's not the easiest thing to do, but it is to try and rely on the fact that you've written things down. So don't look at it all the time and don't think about it all the time. Go back to the soon list when you reach that point you put down and then try and just let it be. And it's really hard, but if you do it enough, you get a little bit better at it. It might not keep the thoughts from popping up, but it gives you a little bit easier way of trying to stop the problem solving and be like, no, don't worry, I've actually got this under control. I hope that this advice can give you a little bit more space in your brain and help you breathe a little bit easier.